Much of the focus of the G20 summit, as we said, has shifted to the tragedy in Paris, but other important issues are still on the agenda. One of those is the role of women in leadership positions. And heading up that discussion is Meryem Aslan, the director of Oxfam in Turkey. She joins us now live, also from Antalya. Meryem, thanks for joining us. You are acutely aware that the focus has moved, but your efforts are continuing. So tell us, what is it that you're trying to achieve at the G20 this year?
Okay, thank you very much. Oxfam is part of the Civil 20, one of the 6 engagement groups within the G20. And what we are trying to achieve is to attract the attention of the world leaders to deepening inequalities in the world, including gender inequality. So what we are aware of the leaders, their attention has slightly shifted, but we are also aware that the leaders pay a lot of attention, at least as what the agenda of the presidency was, the inclusive growth. And within the inclusive growth, gender equality and integration of women into labor workforce is one particular aspect of the work we are doing. But in general, elimination of discrimination, all forms of discrimination, and elimination of inequalities from the world.
Meryem, I'm wondering, since you are focusing on women in leadership specifically, what kind of models are you putting out there for female leadership? Where do you look to as an example of strong female leadership?
I mean, I don't really want to talk about examples of leadership, but what we are looking at is really economic models that can actually, economic and political models that can put women into leadership position. Because when you look to women's leadership today, whether in the world economy or in politics, we see the very low representation of women across the board, whether it is in politics, whether it is in economy, whether her social role. So what we are suggesting is that there have to be a new economic and political model in the world. Okay. And that model have to take into consideration women and women's work. It have to recognize women's unpaid work. It have to count women's unpaid work. The national economy have to count the women's unpaid work. And it have to value this work.
Meryem Aslan, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us from Antalya.